You and your loved ones deserve a dignified send-off. The number to keep, 0861 28 26 21.
Now, AVBOB, in partnership with Oxford University Press Southern Africa, present to you the AVBOB Road to Literacy campaign, which is running for its third year. Now, the campaign aims to build a strong nation with empowered communities, making us more aware of how education is foundational. Now, to tell us more about the campaign is Simpson, who is the Managing Director at Oxford University Press Southern Africa, and AVBOB General Manager for Share Value and Sustainability, Kebo Mosweusweu. Ladies, welcome to the morning show. Let's talk about the AVBOB Road to Literacy campaign. Kebo, I'll come to you with this question. Can you tell us more about the inception of the campaign and its core objectives?
So we started the campaign in 2022, so we are on the third year. But before even going to that, at AVBOB we are committed to education and improving the quality of education and providing education resources to our learners across the country. We've got various programs that are anchored on the education pillar. And the Road to Literacy was one of those campaigns that was birthed out of seeing the need, the desperate need that we have in our country, especially at the formative stages of our children, in terms of literacy and numeracy. It's very important that we improve the literacy and the numeracy skills of our children to make sure that they have the ability to progress throughout their schooling career.
Very true, and I think the earlier the better.
Earlier the better.
Let's talk about then the partnership with Oxford University Press Southern Africa. Karen, how has this partnership contributed to the success of this campaign?
So at Oxford University Press, our mission is really to transform lives through learning. So it's been incredible to find a partner that shared our values, and we know that we can make a really big difference together. So at Oxford, we supply the books that go into the trolleys as part of this project, but we also supply the educational expertise in selecting which are the right books so that we can make the biggest impact in the market.
I like that. How then do you then decide which are the right books and which schools then will receive those books?
Yeah, so we have a team of people who are, educationists and have been teachers and have been in the classroom and study the science of reading. And we work with AVBOB to work out, what is the exact target market, and then shape, according to the curriculum and the kind of school, exactly what their needs would be.
Sure. Let's then talk about the impact of this campaign in Mekebo. I mean, we're in the third year. How has this campaign impacted schools and non-profit organizations so far?
So over the years, we've seen the campaign growing from strength to strength. And to be honest with you, we wouldn't have been able to do it without the value-based social partnership that we have with Oxford University Press. And in 2022, we donated 180 trolley libraries. The value of the investment was around 10 million. Last year, we increased it because we saw the demand and people are really invested in this campaign, which is really good to see. But last year, we grew to 260 trolley libraries. The investment value increased to 13 million rands. This year, our CEO challenged us and said we can do better. And we've increased it to 500 trolley libraries.
I like that.
And the investment value is 32.5 million rands for this campaign for this year.
Oh, that is so remarkable. Karen, let's then talk about the challenges of reading, right? How then does the campaign address the challenge of reading and learning more so in one's mother tongue?
Yeah, so in South Africa, it's the government's policy that learners should start learning in their mother tongue. And across the world, research has shown that learning to read is more successful if it starts in the mother tongue and then those skills are transferred into the first additional language later. So at Oxford, we're really proud that we are able to supply reading books in all 11 official written languages in South Africa. And more than that, we create those books in those languages where they're not translations of each other, and we find that creates a much more authentic, natural language experience for the learner and leads to much greater success.
That is very true, because I mean, that's the language that is spoken in the homes, right? And if you're able to learn a lot of things in your mother tongue, then it becomes easier to comprehend and understand. So I think it's absolutely amazing that that is being done. Kebo, let's talk about then the future of the Road to Literacy campaign. What does it look like?
For me, I think we are honestly humbled by the response that we have seen coming from South Africans. You know, last year we had nominations over 8,000. Currently we are sitting over 6,000. And yes, this year we have, you know, challenged our communities to say, you know, we want to really understand why this is important to you. Because when people understand and actually appreciate the need and why they need something, then it all comes together. So going into the future, we remain positive that and confident that, you know, we will continue with this, you know, let's call it a revolution of literacy and numeracy, and embedding it into our communities, into our families, into our schools, NPOs, and education in general. So that is the future. This is, for us, this is a journey, and we will continue to build on it. Of course, you know, with our social partners like Oxford University Press. Again, you know, we are very grateful and appreciative of that. We wouldn't have been able to do it without this partnership.
And it truly is a campaign that is changing lives. Really is changing lives. Now, we have run out of time, but just to wrap up our conversation around the Road to Literacy campaign, can you then tell us how the public can actually get involved in the Road to Literacy campaign?
Okay, so we are on various social media platforms, and you know, and obviously our website. They nominate electronically, and it's on roadtoliteracy.co.za. So that is the easiest and quickest way to get there. And yes, all I can say is that we are almost at the finishing line. So everybody, please come on board. We need as many nominations as possible, but most importantly, we want to give more. So the more we get, it means that next year we can even give more trolley libraries.
Absolutely, and more lives can change.
And more lives can change,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Kebo and Karen, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for putting an initiative like this together. I think, you know, sometimes we take for granted how things like this can actually impact societies and make the world of a difference in our country. So this is a remarkable initiative.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Alrighty, now AVBOB is giving away 500 trolley libraries, so nominate your favorite primary school or educational non-profit organization to win one to the value of 65,000 rands. Now, this is definitely a campaign that aims to make our communities better through literacy and change lives all across the board. roadtoliteracy.co.za is where you can nominate the schools and the NPOs and be